You are watching Soap Opera Daily, your number one source for the Days of Our Lives updates.
Hey, Days of Our Lives fans, the next 2 weeks from September 1st through September 12th, we'll see EJ Deveraux celebrating a big birthday, which means Jack and Jennifer will be back in Salem, and Marlena Evans is about to experience a nightmare that could wreak havoc all around. So before we get into all this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell right here on Soap Opera Daily. The week of Sept 1 to 5, 2025, so Aaron Green is finally back home in Salem, and his family could not be happier. Kat and Felicity are throwing him a fun little celebration where Aaron gets to be the guest of honor. But things might not be very calm. Aaron quickly finds himself in a tricky spot with Ariana Horton. The two end up stuck together, either literally trapped somewhere or paired up as new lab partners at Salem U. We can definitely expect some sparks between the two. Next up, Brady Black is starting to put some pieces together about Sophia Choi. He finds out that the adoption attorney Sophia claimed to use has never even heard of Tate. This will be a huge red flag, and it will throw Brady off. We all know that Brady will hold this, so we might get to see him confronting Tate and get the whole story. Meanwhile, Melinda Trask has her hands full once again. Sophia's drama lands right in her lap, and she's forced to do damage control. But if there's one thing we know about Melinda, it's that she always finds a way to keep things under control, at least on the surface. And we cannot forget poor Marlena. She will start having these terrifying dreams which will affect her more than we can imagine. They take her back to her time as the queen of the night, and it leaves her shaken. She feels haunted by the past, and these nightmares may be trying to tell her something. Could this be a warning of what's to come in Salem? We will soon find out. Spoilers also relay that EJ DiMera is finally ready to come clean. He is about to confess his true feelings to Kat, which might change their dynamics. At the same time, Kat seems to be expanding her circle because she will be striking up a new friendship with Brady. This is honestly an interesting match, which we didn't see coming. With Xander, Marlena's counseling sessions with him are going to dig deep. She's pushing him to face some hard truths about his rage issues, and if anyone can get through to him, it's Marlena. We will also witness EJ DiMera trying to lick his old wounds. He'll try to make things right with Johnny and Chanel after all the chaos he caused during the trial, but EJ apologizing is one thing. EJ actually being forgiven is a whole different story. Speaking of Johnny, he's stepping into a brand new chapter of his life. He's preparing to take on a role as a Salem U adjunct professor, and he's also starting to think seriously about fatherhood. Chanel hasn't given up on their family dreams either, so don't be surprised when she makes another adoption pitch. There's going to be more of Marlena. She'll turn the bell with a very special request. In the meantime, Gabi is busy being sneaky as ever. She'll report back to Tony with the latest scoop from her Kyriakis investigation, including the dirt she picked up from that bug she planted. In Xander's office, Philip suddenly starts choking on his food, and Xander steps in to save him, but this might not be an accident at all. It looks like Philip is actually testing Xander to see if he'd really save him when it counts. Now, there's all time for JJ's big birthday celebration. Jack and Jennifer return home to mark the occasion, but things get interesting when Jack crosses paths with Gwen. Against all odds, he actually invites her to the party. Gwen isn't thrilled about being surrounded by so many people who can't stand her, but Jack tries to make her feel like she's still part of his life. On the legal front, Kristen DiMera finally heads to court for sentencing. Brady is determined to see her locked up for good and pushes for the harshest possible punishment. What Brady doesn't realize is that Kristen is making a massive sacrifice for Rachel's sake behind the scenes. Back with Sophia, she gets caught lying to Tate yet again. Brady and Steve aren't letting go either. They're still pushing hard in their search for answers about Tate's baby situation. The week of Sept 8-12, 2025. Now, let's get into next week. Steve and Brady will be chasing down even more clues about this adoption storyline, and the truth is looking stranger by the minute. The whole mystery around Tesoro will take some time to fully unravel, but they'll get closer to the answers as more hints come their way. In the meantime, Kat is stepping right into EJ's world by working as his new administrative assistant. She will be digging for dirt and trying to figure out exactly what EJ is hiding. Elsewhere, with Rachel, she is not handling Kristen being in prison, and it is leaving her feeling traumatized. The teens will be busy as well since classes are kicking off at Salem U. Sophia is back to stirring the pot, turning up her schemes against both Tate and Holly as the dorm drama begins. There is Marlena again. Her health keeps slipping. The nightmares are getting worse, the fainting spells are becoming more frequent, and her family is growing increasingly worried. Doctors still can't figure out what is happening, which makes this all the more alarming. And that's a wrap on 2 wild weeks in Salem, with Marlena's health slipping, Kat digging into EJ's darkest secrets, and Rachel's pain bubbling to the surface. Salem could be heading towards some explosive moments. Make sure you're subscribed right here on Soap Opera Daily so you never miss a single update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon with even more thrilling Days of Our Lives spoilers.